Alright, here we are in sunny London, and today's video is going to be about 180. 180 is kind of like 180, I'd best describe 180 as like what is 180?
Well, it's kind of exactly what it sounds like. It's half the frame of 360, only you have to shoot it with 2 lenses to create a 3D photo or video.
So it's basically half as good as 360.
Well, actually, it's twice as good as 360 because VR 180 4K is essentially double the resolution of 4K 360.
Alright, fair point. But with 360, there are no blind spots. 360 cameras capture everything, not just half of everything.
180 content is way more immersive than flat 360, especially when you view it in a headset. Because you're capturing so many layers, when you view it in a headset, the content really comes to life.
Alright, I will give you that. The depth effect is really cool. However, you need a headset. Who's got a headset? Well, I do, but I'm not going to take it with me everywhere, am I? With my 360 content, I can view it on basically any device I choose.
With 180, it's easier to hide because it's a lot more like a normal point and shoot camera. You're only ever capturing what's in front of it, so you can just step behind the camera. This is especially useful when you've got unwanted detail in your frame, like people walking through your shot. And this also helps with one of the biggest problems 360 photographers had, which is dealing with the sun. It causes lens flare issues, exposure problems. Whereas with a 180 camera, you can just turn it away from the sun.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but with 360 cameras, it's easier to move around, especially when you're shooting video. Because a 360 camera captures everything, it gives you perfect stabilization on your videos. With 180, it can't give you perfect stabilization because it's not able to predict the pixels around it to create that excellent, silky smooth stabilization. 360 cameras are so good now, you can shake them around like crazy and the horizon will be dead level. You can't get this with 180 and you may never be able to. Also, you can hold the 360 camera on any angle you like and it will stabilize automatically. With 180, to get a smooth horizon, you have to hold the camera dead level.
Only a small percentage of people actually fully look around a 360. That's why Facebook and Google are really pushing the 180 format because data suggests people are only looking in the front half. I mean, who wants to be sitting on the couch and like having to turn around and look behind them? You've got to have a swivel chair to really enjoy 360. Most people will just watch the front 180.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. 360 content gets very little engagement with both photos and videos unless it's amazing. I think a better way of countering this is reframing your content. You're literally choosing the best angle of your environment and you're presenting it to the viewer. You're doing all the work for them, but you're maximizing engagement while minimizing discomfort. So I think it's safe to say that 180 and 360 both have a lot of pros and a few cons. So it really depends on you, what kind of a photographer or videographer you are. For me, 360 gives me that flexibility to choose my angle later. I actually like being in my shot, so it's the perfect medium for me. However, I also see the benefit of 180. Immersive 3D photos are actually amazing if you can find a way to view them, but at the moment, it's not that easy.
Yeah, you've got standalone VR headsets that are becoming more popular, and you've got things like Facebook's 3D photo feature, but it is still relatively new and people are not sure how to interact with the media yet.
Yeah, I feel like we're at the beginning of 180, just like we were kind of at the beginning of 360. A few years ago, we were still figuring out exactly what the ground rules are and how it works. I think we're there with 180 now. It definitely will be a part of the future. It's not going to die out. So let's keep experimenting and find exactly how we can share our 180 content. I think that's the barrier right now, is the shareability. It needs to be as shareable as a normal photo or video. Once it's like that, it will take off.
I agree.
Yeah. At this point in time, I don't feel the necessity to go out and buy a dedicated 180 camera because it still is early days, which is why I think a 2-in-1 camera is a good option for now. So if you are considering 180, you might want to do that just so you have 360 as a backup. Okay, I think I understand 180 now. I'm going home. Bye.
Yeah.